So what do we got here? We're in the Ontario countryside on Lake Huron, and Nick, Ofer, Rob. We got Martin in the other room. What are you saying, Rob? What's happening in the bunkie?
Oh yeah, cozy little spot here. It's the river opens right up into Lake Huron, and so looking forward to for some offshore steelhead fishing over the next couple days. That should be good. Somewhere between that and deep dive into agentic engineering with all the little features that are coming out and ideas. It's going to be a nice few days, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're it's fun to be hacking away here together. So our plan today, I don't know if we have much of a plan other than we've got some new. I've moved. I've been basically using Codex full time for the last week. I don't know about anybody else, but I
Mhm.
found that the Codex or the Claude Code, maybe it's something I did with Flow or something with my background workers. I don't know, but I've been maxing out my accounts really quickly over the last week. It's become a little bit unusable. I'm not sure what changed or what. Maybe the quota dropped. I haven't been doing anything particularly crazy either. Anybody else having quota issues with the Claude Code?
Not really, but I noticed that the interaction with RuFlow and also RuVector, because I made a cascade of like Codex, RuFlow, my local RuVector database. I have a personality in there, and then PyBrain, and I have it cascaded. It works a lot better, and all the start and stop hooks, and all the interaction, and all the retrieval and storage of knowledge is
Mm-hmm.
more visible and works from my point of view better than in Claude.
I made an update I actually made an update a few days ago and last week as well on the hooks. But specifically, I created a flywheel capability. And sounds like you might be
Huge.
using it. But here, let me send you I'm going to go to my gist quickly. And what this does, where the heck did I put it? Here it is. I'll share my screen. All right. So this gist is the release I did, I guess, earlier this week. And what this does is creates a self-learning flywheel. Now, I've been using it in Codex as well the last few days, but it's obviously optimized particularly for Claude Code. And so what this does is creates a mechanism that allows the system to use a background daemon and then check what it's doing and then learn and optimize the vector storage on the fly as it runs. So it's essentially this concept of a meta harness flywheel. So if you want, I didn't enable it by default in RuFlow, but if you do want to use it, all you really need to do, copy this link, which I'll pop in the text area here, and you basically just tell Codex or Claude Code that you want to use the flywheel, and then it'll enable the flywheel capability within RuFlow. It seems to
Awesome.
have a significant improvement in its ability to learn and understand and adapt, especially in longer running sort of repos. The other thing it does, just as an FYI, if you've been using the RuFlow system for a while, it'll then retrain based on all the information that exists within that database. So it can sort of look at what's there and then determine how it can kind of choose the right option for it. You need the most recent version, and then you'll see here the daemon start, and there's a flywheel component that I've included as well. Anyway, it's worth taking a look at. It's a nice feature. What else do I got here? The Jacoberian lens, which was some research that came out from the guys at Anthropic earlier this week. It's kind of interesting as well. This was a component that essentially allows you to understand what the LLM is thinking on open weight models. So it doesn't work on like closed models like ChatGPT or Anthropic, but it does work great on open models like DeepSeek and others that give you the ability to sort of interact with it. And what this does is essentially allows you to measure why and how it came up with the approach that it did, and then you can basically maneuver or sort of manipulate the model to understand how it thinks. So rather than sort of a secondary harness that is prompting it, it's kind of guiding it before it ever gets to the prompt. It's kind of a nice option there. If you're
that's also too, Rube, that's, for researchers that are looking to understand the impacts of real life human feedback, of the construction of the models, of potential biases or behavioral dispositions, like Anthropic's Bloom tool. Exploring that space is really a fascinating one, and could lead to some really interesting insights on how to subtly maneuver or outmaneuver or correct or adjust or fine tune. So really potent tool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So here, I'm going to put that in there. Oh, who do we got here today? We got Colby on here.
Hey, Colby.
I didn't think Colby did.
Like that name? Like that name, Colby Rue?
I like it. It reminds me of that Rue code system from last year, where everyone thought I was the creator of it, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just sounds really good, like Colby Rue.
Colby Rue.
It sounds perfect. I like it. And Colby, you've been building a bunch of stuff with Polymarket. Is that what I saw?
Yeah, I was just kind of I was messing around with it. I'm having a lot of success with it. We did a call before this call for an hour with some of the people in our group chat. So I was going to show that, but we ended up talking about which you'll want to see. I ended up completely getting my ClearBox inference engine, my GPU core kernel metal inference engine, ClearBox edge injection steering model with receded cryptographic coming out of the model too. And I was able to actually successfully do that yesterday. So it's pretty awesome that I finally got that all going. So I'm pretty sure I'm the first person in the world to ever steer a whole model and be able to prove where the tokens came from, and if the model's lying or not. Similar to what you guys just said. But I've like
so you reinvented the Jacobian lens that.
I think mine's different. I think theirs is more like what's it like what's it feeling kind of, where mine's proving actually why it chose what to say.
That's what it's doing. It's choosing what the Jacobian lens does is explain. It adds an explainability.
Right?
Yeah, it adds explainability to the underlying LLM weights.
Mine's not explainability. Mine's proof. Cryptographic. I broke all the layers and seams in the model and installed cryptographic like receipts that come out as you're moving through each layer.
Okay. Yeah. You should try my version. I did the same thing. Each step is cryptographically verified with ED251.
But how would you do edge? I mean, I guess part of mine is edge injection of actually being able to say like, don't think of Apple, and it won't look at apples, and then I can prove that.
Exactly. That's exactly what it does.
That, but you can't do edge injection if you don't make your own inference model because of how they build black boxes, which is Llama, VLM, MLX.
Yep, that's exactly what it does. Try. You should give it a spin.
No, I meant how would you do that though? Because how would you be running?
I created two harnesses. One is the workspace lens harness, and and essentially what that does is defines sort of the logic lens that corrects for inner layer representation and transform.
But you can't control attraction and forwarding of the model if you don't control the. But you can't. You don't even. Nobody knows what's in the black box. That's why it's a black box.
That's what the research does. That's exactly what they came up with.
I watched it. I didn't think the same thing, but I'd love to hear you off the call so we don't like go back and forth about it. I'd love to know why. I'd love to know if you could tell me why, I guess, in another time.
Sure. Yeah. I can't say I spent a whole lot of time with it, but I did it against Qwen 2.5, I think it was. Light model. It was, and I was doing some work with Ocean on his implementation.
My peak is the black box, the inference part. If you can show me how the harness actually can change the bias and the soft equation.
Point your cloud at it. I don't know.
Well, I did. It said it's impossible. unless you build your own inference engine. I spent a lot of time on it.
Claude often tells me my stuff's impossible too, and I'm like, hey Claude, you actually are the one that built it like 6 months ago. Why are you telling me my stuff's impossible?
Well, it was I didn't just ask Claude before I spent 7 months building this.
Okay, well I spent 7 minutes.
Trust me, I believe you. You're one of the smartest people I know in this. That's why I said I'm curious to know, because I spent a long time doing it. So I just was curious if you'd be the person to prove me wrong. But like I said,
to be honest with you, I just took the Anthropic research paper that came out earlier this week and basically said integrate it with my Meta harness, and what
my system said they're completely different, but they're complementary.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know. We can talk about it later.
Send me your code, and I'll take a look.
You know I'm not going to send you my code.
That's why I said it. What else we got going on here? Stu, you created a Roov brain. Is that what I saw earlier?
Right. That was the thing that we were kind of rolling out last Friday when I was showing you kind of the idea of taking all of your stuff and essentially pulling all of your different suites together of RoovNet, RoofFlow, and Genticow, and MetaHarness, RoofVector, all of that, pulling it all together, putting it into a RVF format, allowing somebody to download it, and then having it actually help folks that aren't you use your stuff and have Claude Code be a hell of a lot less antagonistic to utilizing all of your tools, because it basically says you can do it, and here's the exact Rust crate that it runs in, and here's how you see it. And we're finding that Claude Code is fighting it a lot less. So I'm getting a lot further using RoofFlow and RoofVector using the RoofNet brain than I did without it, because I'm finding that Claude Code is fighting a lot less. And so I built it to help those of us that are trying to use your tools but don't have all of your background and context built into it, so that Claude Code has all the memory and it knows you're you. We don't have that benefit. This is meant to do that.
Were you on when I pulled all his 20 repos in after you showed your tool, and I think you sent me the brain, didn't you? Somebody sent it to me. Yeah. So I don't know if everybody wants me to do it, but I was going to use your stuff, and like I was going to download all of his repos, and
I started to do that. Just the top 20 got to be half a gig, and I didn't want to make this thing really stupid.
Mine will take up
overwhelming.
Mine will take up no space, because you just can connect to it with an MCP, and you can just Claude will just instantly query all the stuff for no tokens.
Colby, I'm all over it. I'm happy to make you a contributor to it so that you can go directly in it. We don't need to fork. The purpose of this is to give us all a tool that we can use to leverage this. I want to do whatever works for all of us.
That's why I asked you, because it's going to take me a couple hours to do it, but I don't get value out of it because I can already do it. But I was thinking, if it helps everybody, I don't mind doing it. It complements what you did.
Good.
Well, for example, I am preparing the script to do that. So exactly, I'm on the same.
I already did it. I just don't have an MCP for you guys to query it.
Well, let's see. And Stu, there's no MCP for this?
There is an NPX for it. No, I don't think I've put together an MCP yet. I wasn't sure the right way to implement it, the cleanest way, so I'm just trying to come up with, here's the repo, it's free, take it, and here's the explainer page, use that, take it. Here, I'll throw the explainer page in here too.
So the difference is too, if I did implement, or I could just make it public somehow so you could get to it with an MCP, it costs the model 0 tokens.
I'm perfectly fine doing it. If I didn't do it, it's because I didn't know to or didn't know how to.
No. I meant it's kind of impossible to do it downloading all the repos if you don't have the way to already built with no AI involved. So it's bash commands. So my tool is no AI, but will give you perfect context over all the repos instantaneously with predefined tools that lead the model to be able to search, query, blast radius, the lines and files.
Yeah. to Kobe's point, the package is 537 megabytes.
Correct. So
Yeah,
mine would
so
be
you're-
0.
I see what you're saying.
Listen,
So,
to the extent that that works, it's great. My initial thought was every time I try to go for efficiency over effectiveness with Claude Code, it turns out to be a very bad decision. And Claude Code spends all its time saying, I've read 11 lines of root vector, I must be a genius, and then proceeding to make up a whole bunch of stuff about what root vector can and can't do. So I just made the choice here, have this thing do the deep dives of 10 hours of running through all of this, code it into an RVF format, let somebody download it once. It updates itself. It does it on a cross user basis. It'll show up in all your repos. It makes itself available. And now I've got it to auto update. But if there's a more effective or efficient way, guys, I'm all over it. I just try to get too cute with it out of the box and try to get too far until I found out if it was at all useful.
You did a good job.
yeah,
It's
cool.
just you have to make the tool has to be intelligent. You got to make the things around the AI intelligent. And it's hard to do that because otherwise, like Rue said, you're downloading this thing and it only, even though it has a million tokens, it's still like the problem is it's going to get confused, especially if you're trying to ask it like, hey, out of the 20 repos that Rue has, what tool, what package should I use for XYZ? It's got to go understand, read files, even if you have stuff in markdowns or however you did it. Whereas
no markdowns, it's all in root vector and it's all indexed.
I just meant even if you're searching it that way, it still has to like sit there and think about it. Where if you're using just a tool that's non-AI and it actually works, it's 0 tokens besides the output of explaining it to you.
So I think you guys are doing something pretty similar. So you know, so to be clear, what Stu created, yeah. What Stu created is basically taking everything and putting it into root vector. And I think Colby, you're doing something similar, right? You're taking everything, you're putting it into a map.
My system does it automatically with 130 languages that I programmed into it. So it ingested all of his repos, all the code, every single line. It understands every file, blast radius, like everything I did in 10 minutes. It's not because what he did is ineffective. It's just because I already built this over a long time to do what he's trying to do, but I ran into the issue after I did what he did that the AI can't handle it. So I built the stuff around the AI to be smarter, so it doesn't need to use tokens because AI can code really good. It's just when it deals with large stuff, it can't handle it. But if you can give it the whole information without it having to do anything, it's like a sniper rifle. So what he's saying is the same path I went down. This is the way that it should be done.
Colby, what's your GitHub repo or your GitHub name?
Lego, LEGO. I think it's 4005. I think. Let me double check for you. Sorry.
Director of Fun.
Yeah. Yep. Director of Fun.
All right. I just added you. Go for it.
Come on, Rue. You gotta have
he's not just the director, he's senior director of fun.
Yes. I'll have everybody's TP report by the end of the session.
And Rube, I just added you as a collab guy too. If you just want to go at it and figure it out, I figured you'd be able to point your stuff at it in 10 minutes, make it much better. Ran a bunch of tests on it, and we got through a dozen of those cases and fixed all those things. Mark's looked through it, Eva's looked through it, Mario. So a bunch of people now seem to be using it and telling me that they're getting further than they were getting before, which is really the whole point of it.
Yeah, especially if you're
I'm using it and I love it. It's awesome. So I mean, the one thing that I would say is that it prompt injects everything. So
I fixed that this morning, Mark.
You did. Okay.
Oh, you mean
yeah.
Feedback you gave me last night. I'm like, nope, be more efficient, figure this out. And then the trick is, I think, right, Rube, you've got the situation where you don't want to turn on things by default, like you were just saying with the gist you were doing and the meta harness, but they're really great, rich capabilities. And a lot of people don't quite know how to turn them on by default. And so I'm wondering if we use the RooveNet brain and have it offer to turn those things on for people, explain in a paragraph what it is, and then say, shall I turn this on for you? And that way any user can decide on their own. Because otherwise, people know it's there conceptually, but they're not quite sure how to use it.
Okay. So I've installed the RooveNet brain in Codex. Now do I query it? Is that what I'm doing, or?
Yeah, I haven't used it at all on Codex. I've only used it in Claude VS Code, but by all means, feel free to use it. And then I also just invited you to the repo, and I think if you look at it and take a look at it, you're going to get much deeper in 5 minutes. But the intention is just this knows the top 23 repos you've got, everything you've done recently. It looks at it on a nightly basis. It updates it nightly. It builds the 75,000 or so vectors into the RVF format. It downloads it. It loads it as a plugin, so you have to exit and reload if you want the latest and greatest. But it seems to be doing this on a nightly basis and working okay and making progress.
That's cool. I see we have Mark. How's it going, Mark?
I'm back at work here. You know, I've had massive challenges. For those of you who don't know, you know, my 22-year-old daughter passed away on June 21st. So that has been a lot.
That's the link to your thing again, because I didn't get it because I ended the meeting last time for the campaign.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Sorry, I meant to. I just forgot when I ended it.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry to hear that, Mark. It's true. I don't even know what to say, but you know, we're here to support you in any way you need. Let's, you know,
thank you. So sharing just a couple of things. I shared on the Agentic Tribe meeting some of the stuff that I'm working on. I mean, it was like super high functioning, healthy young woman, 22, died of acute alcohol intoxication, drank too much, didn't wake up. And so she got the first AI and business technology major at the University of Miami, minor. They didn't have a major yet. And she did an AI internship with me 2 years ago, and they allowed it at the school, super high functioning, like magna cum laude graduate. And so as I was, you know, first of all, like I had to create in a few days a whole celebration of life ceremony, a eulogy. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't put together a sentence. I sat down with a Claude Code session and ran a whole workflow to help me to think through it, find readings, help me to center my mind and how I would shift my own thinking from, you know, an attachment on her physical body, which is gone, to an attachment to her spirit, which lives on forever, in the love that she's created and the love that I can resonate with, I can magnify, I can amplify out into the world and touch so many people. And so there were really two messages that I wanted to get out. I mean, I wanted to get out, share who she was. She was the kind of person who would just go to people who had no friends and make friends with them. And so I wanted to, really magnify that and amplify that. So that was kind of one. And then the second was getting the message out about acute alcohol intoxication and alcoholism more broadly. And so so kind of phase one of my project was just basically creating this celebration of life ceremony and creating the eulogy, and we had a beautiful ceremony a week and a half ago now. And then I sat down and I'm like, okay, so now I need to, and I talked to University of Miami. I'm like, I want to create an endowment in her name. And I want it to be a fund for students that study AI, that are business students, right? And they're way ahead talking to them. I know there's so many universities that don't allow their students to use AI. In fact, they teach that it's just bad. And they're doing such a disservice. These students aren't going to be able to get jobs if they don't know how to use this. And so I talked to the school and I'm like, okay, this is what I want to do. And I want to give my education to the school as well. I want to teach every student when they enter. Let's do it. Just a 2-hour session where we teach them the wrong way to use AI, which is put your prompt in and submit that assignment. And the right way to use AI use it. Here's what I know. Help me to understand this. Help me to learn this. Help me to create the best possible output, right? Learn on the way and build. And how you build projects that continues to build on yourself. So you're not just using it fresh every time, you know, how to use it right. And they loved this. So, so that's basically what I've been working on. I'm really excited about it. So I kind of feel now, I mean, obviously I feel sad a lot during the day, but I also feel like I've got this extra motor, which is my daughter inside of me. And I'm just going to use that in everything that I do.
Well,
and so
we're here for you. We love you, and we're, you know, anything you need us to do to help support you through, you know, your journey. I know I'm here to help you. You know, just ask.
And what a beautiful project. Absolutely fitting, Mark, and really, really excited to lean in and help promote and build that vision out, because you're right. The idea that you would take a young person at the apex of their learning and not enable them to use these tools to enhance the speed of their learning is unfortunately way too widespread, and it's a perfect mission.
Yeah.
So please check out that that website. It kind of explains everything. We have the celebration of life is there as a recording, my eulogy. So I'll continue to, if you know, so that I'm not hitting you if you're not interested. On that website, you can just put in your name and email address, and I'm going to update you as the program comes. Anybody who wants to help and participate in any way, anybody who wants to donate to the endowment, I'm trying to get that set up so that we can start funding students as soon as possible. So there's kind of two different things. The classwork is going to start immediately. I have to get to 100,000 before that start, because it's a permanent endowment. So they only fund off of the interest in it. So it's a beautiful thing. So I'm really excited.
Mark, can you throw the link in here? So people are asking for it.
Sorry. It's I thought I put it in the wrong one. I'm going to put it to everyone.
Right.
There we go.
I always end up sending it to my Read AI accidentally.
Yeah. You know, Stu and I have been, and a few others have been working on something, you know, that, you know, the Helix related project, which we called Whitney. You know, maybe Stu, maybe can you take a minute to sort of tell everyone about what you've been building, and sort of, we want to make sure that these sorts of things don't happen again. And we're like, what can we do to build something that can kind of, you know, honor her and maybe make people's lives a little better.
Yeah. Thanks. So Helix was meant to give people a whole health, and there's a lot of different attributes to our health, and none of the tools out there seem to be focused on you as a person. They all seem to be focused on them as a business, right? Whether it's Whoop or Aura or Apple Health or this or that. And so we wanted to do something that kind of put you in the center, and that's really what the Helix solution was about. We talked about it. Ruve worked his magic and then built a whole lot of the tools into it. I used the RuveNet Brain to then build some of the visuals on top of it. I'll throw the link in here so you can see kind of what it looks like. And it's essentially just meant to be able to pull all of your different aspects together and then look at your health information in a way that helps make you better, helps keep you healthier in whatever aspect that is. And we only hope that it helps more folks. I have amazing respect for the fact that Mark stood up there and in the midst of this incredibly eloquent tribute to Whitney, made sure to get the note out that says, take care of each other and keep people safe. And anything we can do to do that is much, much appreciated.
Definitely.
So I'll throw the link in if that's useful, but it's early days on that, but we hope to be able to do some good things with it.
Helix is amazing. So let me share this. So I've been working on this for a little while in a different way. Not so much tooling, but so one of my first most profound experiences with AI was helping a friend who got diagnosed with metastatic melanoma to the brain identify an experimental therapy in a clinical trial that she didn't qualify for, get her the drug, and she 15% 2-year survival rate. She's now 2 years out, a little more, and
wow,
0 evidence of cancer in her brain because she got on this experimental therapy. So that was like one of the hugest things. So I've been doing that, just helping people, but since I'm a doctor, like I know how to ask the questions of the AI, and I haven't fully figured out how to automate myself to help people to do this, but I can teach them how to do it, and I can teach other doctors how to do it, and I've been doing that. So I've been doing a lot of that, teaching other doctors. So the thing though that is missing, right, is, and I teach people how to do this, it's just hard, is for you to use AI for your health, right? You want to have a project that continues to learn longitudinally. You want all of your health information to go into a RuVector brain continuously and be updated. And you want that brain, so the LLMs all have knowledge-based cutoffs. So you want that brain to have 2 things. Number 1 is your longitudinal record, everything about you. Number 2 is it needs to be updated with stuff that's not in the LLM. So what is that? All the latest, greatest information on clinical trials, for example, right? So all of that can go into RuVector. Now, if all that's in RuVector, you can have the most ultimate personalized healthcare system, which is basically what Helix is and can be.
Yeah, that's the vision. And we, for those that are going to say, what about FDA and all those sorts of things? We're in a brave new world where we, for the first time, have the ability to have a kind of self-introspection in our own biology, our own medical profiles, and the information that goes with it. And I think what you're describing and what Stuart's built here is that sort of first step. And what in fairness, we're bypassing those traditional sort of gated approaches to this information and saying, why can't we understand ourselves a little bit better? Now, you as a medical professional will probably tell me that there's lots of things that we have to watch out for. And anyone that's ever Googled, a random problem and gets down that Google hole of like the worst possible outcome of something that turns out to be trivial. And I think that if we build this right, we can ground this in things that are, based on real citations and medical related information, hopefully avoid the, I don't know what you want to call it, worst case scenario problems that, Google MD kind of brings you sometimes. I don't know. You have any thoughts there on that?
Yeah. I mean, so there's a guy said there, there's a thing you can detect anomalies. I mean, there's so many different technologies that we can wear with us, and there's technologies that, I mean, look, if we had a Cognitum seed sitting in her bedroom, it would have detected her stopping breathing. Right? So there's so many ways that we can use this technology to help us. And this is what Stuart's kind of already added is just like so many different MCPs to so many different sources of information, and we combine those with the new physical AI that's coming out of RuView and Cognitum. I mean, this just becomes a real-time alerting, real-time detecting. I mean, it's like the Apple Watch. So the Apple Watch came out, with your heart rate detection and it's not just your rate, but your rhythm. And so my dad got AFib, and I got him one of those, and it detects when he's in AFib. And so it lets him know so that he can get himself out of that rhythm. There's things that you can do. I mean, if you stay in that rhythm, you can get a stroke, you can die. So there's just so many things like that we can do. And, we fundamentally have the technology platform to have something insanely valuable right now. And we just continue to build and build on it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, I have a question because I'm generally started. I'm working for this for about a year for segmentation of aorta for AAA diseases before the EVAR EVAR placement. Yes. So, and the question is because in my my goal is to start working with the organizations in Poland and in Europe for sharing the data on the how the procedure went and how the patient is looking after. And generally, yeah, I was calling this like searching for the twin. Is this kind of the part you are working on?
I'm not sure I understand the question. That maybe.
Yeah, so I'm collecting the segmentations of aorta before the procedure and after the procedure, and this is for that the doctor before choosing the stent graft that he wants to insert to the person, he can take a look on the similar twins, the people with the similar shape of this diseased aorta. So this is kind of.
You're asking about like understanding of the information and how that's grounded, or?
I'm just asking, is it something you are working on the base of the for example medical totally medical part before the procedures in the hospital?
What we're doing is we're taking various forms of information, be it your personal sort of health information that sits independently of a language model and can run in your own environment. So what we don't want is that information leaking or being given to providers if possible. So we create a local, let's just call it a personal brain of sorts that learns the sort of nuance of you and can run on local models and other various lighter weight sort of learning loops. Then we can then integrate that with secondary sources that validate or explain it in various ways based on emerging research, existing research, and other sort of information we can get. And then that creates a flywheel of sorts. The flywheel is always looking at what your normal baseline is. Your baseline is that kind of, what your day in the life of you looks like in terms of, the vital signs and heartbeats and brain waves. Actually, we should grab that brainwave thing. We were gonna test our new brainwave system. Maybe we should do that here in a minute. But actually, Ofer, you want to go grab that? We got our favorite guinea pig next to me.
Yeah, this is mega interesting. Yes, this is mega interesting.
Yeah, so those are the sorts of things we're trying to do. But we're basically just trying to take back our own information and understand it more efficiently. I think. All
right.
And by the way, while that was happening, I've been working with Stu's Roov brain system here, and I've got it totally integrated with Codex. So it does.
That was quick.
Oh, here's what I got. Oh, you're just here. I was gonna try to.
Nick's filling out his last will and testament.
Is the brainwave?
Here we go. This is a NeuroSky mobile. I gotta. Doesn't open.
Does it read brainwaves like Elon's company or no?
These are EEG, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe Mark probably explain exactly what's happening here. But we're gonna.
I was just saying, if it is, I successfully stored and indexed the actual ones from Elon's company that are public.
Oh, you do? Oh,
yeah, the actual brainwaves.
I need a battery. Oh, in the Nick, in the cupboard next to the fridge, there's a battery. Yeah, it needs a AAA. It looks I think it's a AAA battery.
I think if you can get the same signals out of it, because I could store it. It actually do some stuff.
Nick's always game to be our guinea pig.
Wait, Nick's there? Where's
Yeah.
the old punk?
Yeah, Nick's here. Okay, brainwave sensor. I'm gonna put this on here.
Oh man, I can't wait to call your call center. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna like.
It looks like you got sick and tired at your job, and you put the mic up on your head.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, exactly. Here we go. It's on my ear. Now
That's
what
awesome.
do I need to do?
Who made that? Where did that come? I'm sorry. Maybe
This is made by NeuroSky.
Retail packaging. That's how far it's come.
That's pretty cool. Is it one of us make it? Somebody in this group?
No, it's made. It's made by some company.
Oh, okay. Well, you were showing it, so I didn't know if somebody in the group built it.
No, now I'm just trying to figure out how to use it. All right, the brain sensor placement. Put it on my forehead.
Your brain's gonna break it.
Yeah, and the sensor should touch the skin on your forehead. Bend the arm forward, putting the headset best fit. Okay, and behind the ear. Okay, and I guess we need the battery. See what we got here.
That's pretty cool.
No AAA batteries? I got every battery except for AAA.
Yeah. How do you have that huge thing and you don't have a AAA in there? I have the same one.
This is great, by the way. This is a Father's Day present. It's called the Battery Daddy.
Yeah.
It goes with my dad's shirt.
I have the identical one
at the moment, by the way.
Sorry for what I said. Well,
sorry what I said while I'm docking the boat.
that thing's awesome because you can test battery. You can test the batteries, like if they're good or bad. That thing's awesome.
It does all that. It does all that stuff. But unfortunately, I've got no AAA batteries, which is odd. I usually have all kinds of batteries. AAA are the most popular. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to get Nick set up for this later. But basically, what this will do apparently is, and this is the most hackable, according to ChatGPT anyway, and pairs it with my computer with Bluetooth, and then once paired, you can get real-time EEG signals, and then you can train. I'm going to take that and I'm going to train it on how I think using RuVector, and then I'm going to see if I can control things with my mind.
Yeah, that's possible.
Just grab a couple of magnets and have Nick run around. We'll get that thing charged.
Well, this is Nick. We were also going to get Nick to get into that. What was that bathtub? MRI thing we were going to build.
Do
it.
I don't know if I want to know what that does.
Well, I can tell you that, for example, my wife was having some device which was called EEG biofeedback, and it was generally the simplified EEG, and you were sitting in front of the monitor and you were playing with the games with your mind. Yeah, and it was for learning and better stabilization of the brain and better concentration.
Yeah, but that's because they don't have a self-learning vector system underpinning it. So they're just getting the raw data and not understanding it. So I'm thinking if I connect this thing and then we can understand back to my baseline, we can then I'll do some A/B testing on different things and see if I can start controlling things with my brain.
Oh yeah, connected with meta harness and with paralyzer.
Exactly.
It's actually pretty cheap.
Connected to Oprah's game. Oprah's RuVector game, the same kind of idea, but you use your mind to make the cars go faster and go through an obstacle course kind of.
There you go.
That's sort of
I'm
just seeding it to Oprah, right? I'm just saying it because I know he might. You might do it.
Oh, they can publish. I think we'll own this app store. We'll create 100 NeuroSky apps for them. I think
it's pretty cheap. $29.
Yeah, it's not expensive at all. Now, my biggest problem is I don't have a battery for it. Octablue. Where's the API? You know, I don't see the API.
You gotta go. You gotta go. Did you go into the developer docs?
Yeah, maybe I think I'm there. Oh, here we go.
Developer tools.
Publisher.
I don't read anything.
Which API is right for me? I just want to think gear. Okay, here we got some different APIs. ThinkGear connector, run as a background program, allowing you to program ThinkGear data from a standard TCP. Easy? Nah, I don't want easy. ThinkGear communications driver, various link a shared library, Java.
An SDK API for the driver.
Documentation link. Bro, it's not the best site for documentation, is it?
Ruve, do you know what the base hardware is in this? Like what's it really pulling, and what are the sensors?
That's a good question. You're thinking like, can we build our own? Is that what you're getting at?
I'm thinking you usually do with everything else.
I'm thinking I've got easy access to Nick right now.
They have a publishing document with like the requirements and stuff.
I'm not sure what's in this thing. I'm gonna get
it. They have a bunch of GitHub repositories too.
I'm gonna get it working though, and I'm going to here. Let's where do I got that? Here, let's take a look. So what I'm gonna do. Oh, you guys can watch if you want to watch what I'm gonna do. I've got my Ruve neural system. So I gotta find it. Let's go to my million different repos I've got. So I'm gonna neural. No, I guess I gotta clone it. Yeah, let's go here. RuveNet / what do I call it? Ruve neural. There we go. So I've got the Gamma system. And Mark, do you want to explain exactly what an EEG is doing?
Sure. Yeah. So an EEG is a way to measure the electrical signals inside of your brain. Okay. So it is nowhere near as high fidelity as like Neuralink, because it has to measure them, through your skull. So it's losing a lot of signal, but it's still powerful enough that you can see a lot of things via an EEG. And so there's a lot of people that, I mean, there's the reading of it, right? That's what an EEG does. You can see lots of different brainwave patterns, people that are relaxed, epileptic seizures when you're in high thinking. There's a lot of people that are also trying to go the other direction and trying to entrain the brain through these kinds of devices, so that you can do anything like, put somebody into a meditative state, break them out of an epileptic seizure, help you to control your mouse or whatever it is. So there's kind of open questions of, can you, with an EEG through the skull, can you ever get to a point where you could really effectively do this kind of control, or do you really need to do something like Neuralink, that type of device that's underneath the skull, to be able to get to that kind of fidelity? It's an open question. I don't think we really know.
And so hypothetically, we've proven that we can separate various types of complex signals. CSI being the most complicated one we could pretty much dream up recently. And so in that scenario, what we're doing is we're saying, okay, what separating noise from signal, and then correlating the signal to things that are meaningful, like movement and other things. So hypothetically, I'm wondering aloud if we could use a similar approach that says there's this kind of noise and signal that the EEG is providing us that relates to that signaling happening in our brain through some sort of wave pattern. Can we learn and then understand that information and then use that to visually represent what's happening?
Roof, one thing, because this part I generally was working with this, and this device I was talking about. This is for training. In general, you are training to get to the to some number of the of the amplitude, for example, the delta or SMR wave. So perhaps this is something like starting the point of controlling this is like learn yourself on, because this is working like you're watching the game, yes, and you're thinking, and you learn by the biofeedback between your eyes and the monitor to do something, yes, because if you change the amplitude, you have a point, yes. And in general, this idea was for learning to control your brain waves, and the information was that you are doing something okay. It was from the monitor. So perhaps this is the steps to start this kind of a control, because you can't learn about everything, yeah, because every wave for every people it will be much different, but some simple points could be very efficient to start with.
So what do you think we should test it on? Like what would be a first step?
Well, in general, connected to your brain, have some charts showing it, and in general, you should put, for example, it's for something simple like beta 2. Beta 2 will give you this is the concentration. So you need to think about something you are concentrating. So you put the line. Yes, the hard amplitude, and you need to think. You need to learn how to concentrate that it will fall below it, and on the screen you should give a point. Yes, because this is the gamification. This element that you give your brain information. Yeah, I done something okay. Yes, and based on this you can of course gather the information. So because the learning path, because based on this you can gather the information, you can mark that okay, this is I've managed to do, yes. And based on this you have the data for the training of the model.
So okay, I'm gonna attempt. Well, I gotta find a battery, which is the least. I didn't think I was gonna have. That was gonna be my problem. And then I'm gonna create some mechanism to get this data, apparently via TCP, and chunk it, understand it, and then analyze it for some. And you know what I'm gonna do? Then I'm gonna pass it over to Stu to make a pretty picture. That's
we expect nothing less than full mental telepathy by this time tomorrow, Roof.
Well, in general, I have this device. This device and this program, and I think I could try to run it, and because it was giving the full information from the sensor. Of course, this is something. It is this different sensor, but yeah, I could try to run it because it is in the dust for like I don't know 7 years.
You know what's going to happen? We're gonna figure out a way to read people's minds. Then Meta is going to force everyone that works at Meta to wear one of these all day long, and then they're going to like randomly fire you if you have the wrong thoughts.
Yeah.
Don't pass it to HR.
Well, Black Mirror, yeah, Black Mirror.
We can sell this to HR guys. You know. The ultimate workforce productivity tool. You're basically the Matrix.
Yeah.
Take a backup before you turn it on, Roof.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, can we make ourselves smarter? Or probably I guess the HR guys probably wouldn't want us to be smarter. They want us to be more compliant. But you can see here I'm using Codex. It works great. And unlike Code, I've got 90% of. I've been using this all week, and I still got 90% of my available capacity left. It's.
And you have all the same. You have all the same background daemon workers going in Codex, right?
Yeah. So remember, I created Reflow independent of Codex.
Yep.
Yeah, of Claude Code. So all that Codex recently had full integration with the Claude Code environment, so it just kind of worked. So not bad.
What happened to Roof though? How do we reproduce this setup? Like, is it just simple npx?
So I installed. Well, I also installed the desktop tool because there's a you can use the mobile tool if you have the desktop installed. But in this case, I'm not using that. This is the desktop tool. This is what that looks like. And back to the app. I think this is the desktop. Yeah, you can see I can drive it from this. I don't really use this one too much, but if you prefer, this is what you can do. And what I did is I went in and I installed Codex. And then once I had Codex installed and you do the login, then I just run YOLO. And YOLO is basically their dangerously skip permission, a much better -- than dangerously skip - permissions. And once you're in, you can then add MCPs. So in this case, this is just a brand new repo that I just set up. So it looks like there's an error. I'm gonna fix that, paste that in there and fix that. Now, just keep in mind when you do updates to like MCPs and hooks, you have to restart Codex. I'm not sure why it's getting an error here, but it looks like a JSON error of some sort. Cost tracker, probably an old version.
Is it the NeuroSky? Is that with the brand, right?
Oh, then this thing?
Yeah, NeuroSky. I put the link in the chat. It's on Amazon under Science Kits and Toys.
Yeah, you know what's weird? They wouldn't ship this to Canada. I don't know why, but I had to get Chris to pick it up and ship it to me from Vegas. So, but I got it.
Move back to America.
Yeah, I guess, which makes me want to use it more. It makes me. It's like it might actually be dangerous.
Just come back to Florida.
Oh, you can do anything in Florida.
I know.
We've got our own personal Florida man here, Kobe. But Kobe, you
used to live here. Used to live here.
Yeah.
Don't lie to everybody before you're about to make fun of me.
I know that was a compliment. We love Florida man.
I thought you were about to tease me, and you lived like 45 minutes from me.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I wanted to tell you, I just put in a single bash command that you can run, and it'll let you now start up Codex with CDSP as setting it up in YOLO mode. So just like the shortcut that Ruve taught us a while ago about.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. I'm in. Oh, this is. I'm actually running this on my Windows PC today. So this is
it's a slightly different. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the command if you're on a Mac, and if you're if you're on Linux, you replace the whatever the acronym there is with the bash RC. Same general idea.
Yeah.
And Kobe, where's your camera?
I don't have one. I have one on my phone.
I'm somewhat convinced Kobe might be might be an AI and a manifestation of like, yeah, he's in a secondary dimension just beyond our comprehension.
I'm on like 4 calls right now.
You guys, I want to tell you a quick little story, but while we're talking about secondary dimensions and extraterrestrials. There's this crazy story here at the lake, and 3 years ago there was apparently a weather balloon from China, and it was flying over the continental U.S. and eventually it hit the Great Lakes, and the Americans shot 2 Sidewinder missiles at the thing. One of them missed actually, and is about 10 miles off the coast here of the lake, and apparently so somewhere there's a Sidewinder missile, and apparently they're worth like $1 million. So Martin's gonna go scuba diving for that later. Yeah, but the funnier story is the other actual Sidewinder hit this thing, and essentially it was a you can Google it, by the way. It was an octagon that was basically floating in the air without any obvious form of propulsion. And anyway, they downed it, and the remnants of whatever the heck it was ended up washing up on my beach here. And it was this weird, and we can probably try to find some more bits of it, but it was this weird sort of styrofoam. But the styrofoam was actually metal, and then it's like, I don't know what it was, like the army or the government or someone showed up, and they got all the leftover bits and pieces of this thing that they shot down from the beach, and it was a whole like wouldn't let us on the beach. It was a whole thing. So yeah, Google that. It's crazy, and this happened right here. And for the first like year and a half, my kids wouldn't go under we got a little crawl space under the cottage here. They wouldn't go under there because they were convinced there was an alien under the cottage. So
your son did like the scariest like show ever. He's like a movie star, and he was scared to go under.
Yeah, well, it's like one of those like 1980s like kids shows where suddenly they meet like this alien, and they can't actually that's E.T. Never mind. Yeah, it's basically our version of E.T. Oh, you found the link? Yeah. He's got the link. This is actually a thing. How crazy is that? Now I do want to hack that Sidewinder. Yeah, this is police in Canada.
Don't type that. Don't type that in your AI model.
How's that?
Because like they'll report you.
In a module. What's the module?
RuVector.
It's officially described as a weather balloon. Sure. It's always a weather balloon. Yeah. After decades of dismissal, but I don't know. It's certainly an interesting. We'll have to go hunting for that later.
Are you featured in it? The article.
I'm like, I didn't know the neighbor was an alien. I thought it was just a nice guy. Although the fact he didn't have any ears was weird.
It was me. I was your neighbor.
Maybe you were. We don't know what he looks like.
I don't know.
Guys, I'm right next door to you.
Yeah,
I stole all your batteries.
He's this gray alien.
Yep.
Oh, wait, what else we got here? I'm way too casual today for you guys. Let's see what else we got cooking here. And if anyone wants to do a little demo, you let me know. This is your moment to shine. I'm integrating this Mind Sky system here for when I get the batteries. Where did Chris go? Did he go get some batteries?
I think so.
Yeah, he's a doer. Created a branch. So if anyone's interested, there's a ThinkGear branch now on the Ruve Neural system. So we'll see what that cooks up. And I'm gonna pop that in the text area for you guys here. And whatever else. All right. I can find my Zoom.
Do you change? I see on your screenshot GPT-5.5 default. Do you change the effort?
I did. I use medium effort. When it comes to like models, I don't actually like a lot of effort. I find they work better with lower effort. So, and we got a new model apparently coming out later this afternoon for 5.6. Not yet.
I agree with you. I agree with you on the thinking too. It thinks itself out of stuff. It's like I use high, but extra high I only use like if I'm planning something, and then I put it down.
Yeah.
It thinks itself into the.
It works against you. To be honest,
it works against you. Yeah, I find for the best implementation model is Sonnet, just straight up the least amount of thinking, and it just works. The Opus is the worst.
Another trick too with Fable is just have it plan whatever you're going to do, and then have it send through Tmux like you can literally just have it send another CLI exactly what you want to do, and it will use a different model and not use any context.
And
they also have that new agent tool that they have, like a planning in Claude, even though you're using ChatGPT.
Well, yeah,
like
Claude,
no, but I meant but I'm saying the same. Like I'm saying, it'll launch like its own, like kind of like Claude Flow does. They have like their own thing, kind of like that in the CLI now. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah,
it does it automatically, or you can take it from extra high to like extreme or something, and it just auto does like an agentic kind of flow. It's not as good as yours, but I'm saying it switches the models for you and stuff.
Okay, cool. Nick, it's asking for consent to read your mind. Nick says yes.
Yeah, Nick's not even talking, saying hi or anything.
You gotta take a backup of Nick first before you.
Oh, hang on a second. I'm gonna create.
Take a backup. Take a backup.
Backup Nick first.
Do a thumbs up. I'm gonna take a screenshot, and then there we go.
Like it's Sidewinder.
That's now we have that. So now that's proof that Nick's cool with it. And then I'm gonna paste this in here, and then we're gonna.
Hey, there he is. Thumbs up.
Nick's cool. Yeah. Nick's
Nick,
cool with it.
When you coming to Florida, Nick? I got batteries here.
What are you gonna do with the battery?
Can you take that photo and like animate it?
I just want some of your code on a thumb drive, Colby. If you could send that in the mail, that'd be great.
I can put it in Rue Vector.
Oh well, yeah. We want to use the what the heck do they call it? The Neuro Sky.
I've actually worn these before and been guinea pig for this Exenza Labs company that I worked with when I was at Queens, and we wore the device, and it was designed. One of the things was like you had to move this little ball through, they made it look a little interactive, like a racetrack or like
put his photo back up
or whatever, and you had to move it with your mind, right? And it was like you could get fatigued from it, but it kind of like helped you bypass your frontal cortex in the sense of like, I don't feel like doing this task I know I need to do right now.
It's called ADHD.
Yeah, kind of like, helped you bypass. So I do believe in this. It did help me. I don't know if it's still active because I haven't done it for so long, but I think there's some cool things we can do here.
My wife deployed shock therapy for me.
Too many jokes. Yeah, I don't even know what they got. I don't even know what they got.
I gotta bring some comedic laughter to us. Hey, put Nick's photo back up. I was trying to take a screenshot of it.
Oh, well, Nick's right here.
I
know, but it's like blurry. It's like blurry. You had a good photo. Okay, that's good. It's not blurry. Hold on, don't move. Yeah, no, I got you. Oh, that's perfect. There's gonna be so many memes online of you now.
Let your wife know I'm gonna send a bug zapper for Christmas, Colby.
Where is
sure.
Where are cogs again? Here, I'm gonna find Nick's cog. Is it in the seed? Is it?
I'm not gonna help you find them.
Where's this cog?
Seed and then /store.
Oh, seed that store. Okay, we got a special one we're gonna test. Well, now that we got there we go. It seems like a good test.
You have to do it on the beach though. It's gonna work. I'm not aroused by anyone at college.
Where did we put that in? Under was it medicine or
I don't know. It's either health or entertainment.
We're talking about the arousal cog.
I thought we retired.
No, it's not.
Like,
it's not retired.
It's not funny anymore. It's weird now, and I'm like, yeah, okay.
It's not weird. It's awesome.
Let's see how long that lasts.
I think you got rid of it.
I didn't get rid of it. I think it's in the 109. I don't think it's in the UI yet.
Oh, it didn't pass the.
I don't think it's in the UI.
It's too inappropriate for public consumption. Yeah, if you guys, I'll pop the link in there. Oops. All right, what else we got? I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little goofy today, apparently.
I can tell. I like it. I like this new attitude.
So let's fry my brain.
So did we find a battery?
I don't know. Where did Chris go?
Down to get batteries, but he has to get like 3 copies.
You gotta have 400 things in there. With
what time is it?
battery you can steal
I've got like every battery known to man.
Lesson today.
Okay, I thought it starts in.
Yes, ended for the year.
Okay.
For the summer. Friday is tomorrow.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Too bad. Not have violin.
What's happening?
That's what I think, though. That's what I think. See ya.
Okay. Getting some. I don't know. What else I got? Here, I'll be right back. I've got some other toys here I can play with.
So hey, I want to just share a little bit about the EEG. I've been researching it to learn more about it. So basically, your brain waves are at different frequencies. So you've got, we call them delta and theta and alpha and beta and gamma, and some of them are better for when we're learning, some of them are better for sleeping and for REM and for meditation, being calm. So what these devices do is and those frequencies go from like 0.5 hertz all the way up to your high gamma is like 50 hertz, around 50 hertz. So what these devices do is sorry, say that again.
Is that the sound stuff? Like someone had me make them like a 3D or 5D sound vibration like thing. Is that like the same thing?
So this isn't sound. This isn't sound. This is
well, sound is vibration, right?
Waves.
Is it?
No, it's electromagnetic waves. So it's different than sound.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah. So electromagnetic. So you can do things like ultrasound and the sound that we hear in our ears and infrasound. That's a whole different set of information. Okay. And RuVector can resolve both of them is kind of cool. But so coming back to this, the EEG is electromagnetic. And so, in that electromagnetic spectrum is the light wave. It's a small part of that spectrum. Okay. That your retina resolves to. So in this case, it's dealing with that 0 to about 50 hertz. And what the EEG machines do is they sample at a higher rate. They sample it, like, depending upon the sophistication of the machine, 128 hertz about, or sometimes this one might be, the newest version of this is 512. And so it samples effectively everything that's happening at those lower frequencies. And so you've now got that full signal that you can resolve to. And this product actually has some processing that it's doing to the signals already. So I think that a lot of what we're going to want in RuVector is just the raw signal, and let RuVector help us to resolve. We'll have to tell it what frequencies are what, but there's probably so much more to these signals than our current science is processing to. Right, that's my gist of it. Is it's just like Wi-Fi. There's so much more to the signals than our technology is allowing us to process, and we could process so much more. And that's on the receiving and reading that side. And yeah, I don't know about how well these can send signals, but it's like all of this it's both. It's like a lot of these devices, if they can receive, they can send. And so if you can resolve that, what exactly it is receiving and sending, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Is that like the 40 hertz light system I devised a few weeks ago, where I'm trying to like adapt your what is it? I think this was for like cleaning your neurons in your brain.
Yeah. So exactly. So you have the different frequencies. So your gamma 30 to 80 hertz, higher cognition. So if you can create a resonant frequency that actually brings our brain to that, we can think better, right? Same thing. We can have a relaxed wakefulness in the 8 to 13 hertz, right? We can have deep sleep if we go into delta. So you could use this as a sleep machine. You could use this as a thinking machine.
Bruce Banner with gamma.
Yeah.
Hey, Rue, look at the video I sent you in WhatsApp.
Oh, what are you sending here? I'm sure I'm gonna regret it.
By video.
Oh, it's Nick. Oh, we can't pick on Nick.
It's not picking on.
This is a joke. This is my serious face. I can't even control it. Control it.
All right,
Please
here we
make it
go.
stop now.
All right, we got it. Let's see what we got. I'll go full screen.
You're welcome.
You think
Nick,
this
you're
is
such a good sport.
This is my serious face. I can't even control it. Control it. Please make it stop now.
That's a great one right there. That shot. That's the I lost my battery shot.
Have you guys seen this? I've been playing with this new service here. I think it was Matt that told me about it yesterday. Higgsfield. It's pretty good.
Higgsfield. Yeah.
Oh,
How did you do that?
Seedream is the Alibaba model.
Oh,
really good.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, they're making 10-minute videos that look like billion-dollar movies, like with Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise in it, that you can't tell is not them, with full sound synced. It makes sound and video. So it makes sound and video.
Higgsfield is reselling other people's models.
Correct.
So
yep. That's why I said Seed Dance is Alibaba's model.
Yeah, this is what I was doing this morning.
But Seed Dance does audio and video. It generates them together, which is
Hey, Colby, can you share how you did that?
Oh yeah, I'll give you the link. I literally took a screenshot of his face on this, and I just put it in Gemini, and I said, "Make me a funny video." That's it.
Oh, in Gemini, yeah.
I'll share it.
And how did Gemini pull it up?
Here, I'm just going to share the link so you can see it. But I took a screenshot of his face from Rue's laptop on this, and then I just pasted the image in Gemini and said, "Make me a video."
Pretty good.
It's good at making videos. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what this Higgsfield thing does is basically takes all the best models and creates.
It's reselling it. Same thing as King AI does it. I think it's King. I forget the name of it, but
Cling.
There's some really good video models that are open source too that you can download and you can make videos.
Do you have a list, Colby? Because we're evaluating Higgsfield right now. If you have a list, something.
Well, I have my own stuff that like for at least for like audio and stuff for like talking like ChatGPT does with you. It was going to cost like $1 million to have like 10,000 people using it in like the mobile apps. So I took an open model of like voice in TTS and stuff, and I made my own, so it's free. I could probably share that. It's actually pretty cool.
That'd be cool. The other thing you were really talking about, Colby, is binaural beats. But then what Mark was talking about reminded me of the Rife machine. I put a link in the chat.
So what are you trying to? What is that? I don't know what that is.
Look in the chat. Rife. There's a technology that was talked about a long time ago, maybe in the 40s, 50s, called Rife machine. It's Rife Technologies that uses certain frequency waves to do healing frequency. Like cancer has a frequency. You shoot a.
I've seen the videos. I've seen the videos of them trying to get delete cancer with sound. Like it's vibrations. Yeah. Like you can. That's what somebody saying can break glass or like break things.
That's what this Rife machine does.
If everybody's wondering, that's all everything is. vibrations and motion, and I mean, we're spinning at like 50,000 miles an hour.
I talk about this kind of a project with one of the biggest companies in the Belarus, with Belhard, and generally they were saying that we're working on something like this, but it was true or not? Well, hard to tell for me.
Here, let me show you guys. I did my first Higgs-field test this morning. This took me like 5 minutes, but if you're curious what it can do, this was an explainer I created. Let me share my screen quick. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Most AI lives in a browser, a chatbot, a dashboard, but the real economy happens somewhere else, in stores, venues, warehouses, factories, and cities. These places generate signals every second: Wi-Fi, payments, occupancy, sensors. But operators still struggle to answer, what is happening, and what should we do next? Cognitum One turns existing infrastructure into spatial intelligence. It processes data locally at the edge and connects signals to business outcomes, a living intelligence layer for physical operation. Why is Location 7 underperforming? Cognitum shows traffic is normal, checkout wait is up, dwell time is down, and labor is misallocated.
We gotta work on the paper mache.
Could recover revenue this week.
Well, then keep in mind, the first one I did with like
whether the action
a tiny little prompt.
Worked. Observe, explain, recommend.
The voice is good and it's cool, but like, it just looks like a girl kind of made it. Not that a girl couldn't make it, but like I feel like if you just want feedback, like your thing is like super technological, and I feel like
I'm gonna do a documentary on what girls can make here.
Yeah, I didn't mean like girls can't make it. I just meant like you're like it's super. The thing you made is super technical. And that just I felt like I was at like a seminar for like paper mache.
I'm telling you, and
the voice was good. I'm just saying if I saw that, I'd be like, what am I buying? Like sprinkles? Like I just.
And I got my eye on you.
You do. Have you used Runway? Have you used Runway before?
What is it?
Runway.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, Runway's good. You can control a lot of it. You can control a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
there's a couple other models too that you can control through the API, like with codecs and stuff, like you were doing. That will make videos with no prompt.
I need Kobe to translate it, whatever they're saying.
Yep.
But,
ChatGPT just came out with their new model on the phone app. This live translation was really good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they just came out with it yesterday. It's actually really awesome. Like with doing live translation, like with somebody in Paris or wherever speaking our language. I tested it out with my mother-in-law because she speaks Korean. So,
oh, really? Oh, we're learning little by little about this alternate dimension that Kobe lives in.
감사합니다.
Nice.
Rue, when you finish that, you want to take a look at that True Rife link. I put it in the chat for the Rife machine.
True Rife?
Yeah.
Rue, I've been living in Rue Vector before you made Rue Vector.
It's right at the bottom. It's right in the chat.
Oh, it's True Rife. Okay, got it.
That's just one version, but so that's what a Rife machine looks like, and what it does is, and there's been a lot of studies. What it does is it helps some diseases, and Mark can probably talk about it better. But diseases have a certain frequency, and these machines with the audio waves target said frequencies.
Everything has a frequency that it'll break.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's how everything stays together. I mean, you're not like you don't really like.
I think that in
the real world, you don't even touch anything. Like,
well, all the things we talk about, including Helix. Okay, so I guess full transfer. Some of the guys in the foundation know, but my mom was diagnosed with 2 types of cancers, about a year ago, and I started looking at all these different types of treatments. And I think the biggest challenge is, do you do Western medicine or Eastern medicine? The doctor says you should do these things, or which are the normal protocols.
Personalized medicine. That's where everything's going to go to.
And even Steve Jobs did alternate medicine and fasting until it got
fasting is super true for cancer. I mean, it literally, the mitochondria is terrible in cancer cells, and sugar is what fuels it.
I think
so. You can get on ketones and go to ketosis, and cancer disappears.
The point I'm trying to make is just, when folks are going down a healing journey, is how to make the conscious decision to figure out which path or how to blend the paths, because Rife is alternate. It's alternate in terms of the Western medicine, right? And so and Helix is the same. All the things. Well, Helix is information, but
you saw the One Me platform that I've been building with the college that I showed you when we did our call. It's kind of complementary to what they built, but if you go to my site, that is what I'm doing, is trying to give people information and bring PubMed live in the researchers and connect with hyperbolic space graphs and people's DNA and finding patterns and similarities that then tie to PubMed, the researchers, everything, so you can start to actually get people's medical information like privately, so you're not breaking any like PHI and stuff like that. But you can connect the actual papers and the people doing that stuff to people's bodies for personalized medicine.
Yeah.
All right. So what
if you want to see,
doing?
It's open AI. Sorry, it's OneMe.ai is my project with the college for the health. If you want to look, I don't know if you ever looked at it, Roots. It's based off my graph and stuff that you originally saw. I think I have 3.8 billion nodes and 14.8 trillion edges right now. I think it's the largest on the planet right now for health graph.
According to Codex, that Rife machine's BS.
Yeah, and that's interesting. That's interesting because there are groups of groups on Facebook that people talk about alternate healing and alternate treatments, and same as Tesla, right?
You both are proving why I'm building the thing I'm building is because truth comes with connecting everybody with actually receipts and in doing it the way that I'm talking about, trying to actually tie everything to the actual medical cited and sourced papers and people's actual health. And then you can follow that and prove it. So
and for Bisanol and ivermectin is starting to bubble up as a popular cancer treatment drug, but before.
How are you going to know that? I guess is my thing. So I'm trying to tackle the problem before where you're getting to is you have these questions. Who else has it helped? How do you prove that? It's just I want to lose weight. There's so many things out there. How it's frustrating, which is what you're talking about when you're sick or you have a disease, right? And it's very hard to ascertain what's good, what's bad. Just figuring that out. Rue, go to my site OneMe.ai so they can see.
What? And where's the link?
It's OneMe. It's OneMe.ai.
One as in spell?
Right there. Yep. .ai. Yeah. So it's kind of this is the demo of it, but it's click I'm a patient or I'm a researcher down there if you want, but you can click any of the stuff. So if you're click I'm a patient. Yeah. So here you can actually go and to the left, hit discover. You can do that stuff too, but hit discover on the left. So it's like Perplexity. So you can actually, instead of searching and all the stuff you're talking about here, you can actually follow some substrate of either research or things that people are searching and follow along and be a part of that or fork it similar to a code base. And this also ties to the researchers. So I'm trying to bring PubMed, Aerovax into the platform, live. So researchers, on the top right where it says PhD, there's a consumer side and a PhD side. So click the PhD. Yep. So this is where they would do research. So if you hit, first hit over there where it says home, on the left. And then go scroll down on the right all the way down to where it says like collaboration. It's all the way on the bottom right, like all the way down. I got to move it here, but right there, co-op research. So this is like where AI, all PubMed, click one of the gut brain biomarker discovery or something. So this is like a live kind of like Zoom where the actual PhDs, because consumers can't type or do anything in here, but they can follow along all the research and like supply their, I guess, like DNA or whatever they're putting in here. It's agnostic, so you can put whatever you want in here to get like a second opinion or have AI, but it'll tie to the actual medical professionals doing their research here. Also, the AI in my knowledge graph, like the living knowledge graph, also emits. I've done about 6,500 white papers so far. So the white papers that are being generated go through like a deletionary method, like that Rue and I believe in, and then the council kicks that out. But you can't just say I've cured something. Somebody actually has to do something with it, like a researcher. So then it ties into the PubMed papers, the cited and source stuff, automatically with the AI stuff. So it'll notify the PhDs or whoever did the research, hey, there's this new information that came out of our graph, whether it's consumers putting their information in their blood samples, all sorts of stuff. And then the researchers can pick that up, or a new researcher can. And all the money that's generated from the platform, the consumers get to decide what they're going to use that money for grants. So everybody gets a vote. And then instead of like pharmaceutical companies deciding what the grants are, because that's kind of how it works, now consumers can do it. And then you have all these things emitting from the graph, and then PhDs, researchers can now pick it up here with people deciding what it's going to be. And I have, so this graph is pretty cool. So I surpassed Google, and I have about, I have mitochondria in there, the microbiome stuff. So my partners invented the first ever mitochondria test with just a sample of your blood from like your finger. And then they figured out a way to do that. And basically they've given me about 8,000 samples, I think. And then I also boarded some big medical companies in a platform that I built that connects to this. And I have about 60,000 patients that are in like getting peptides and stuff like that. So I got like 200,000 blood samples over 15 years with all sorts of stuff, testosterone, things they're taking. And the college just gave me another 46 terabyte file. I had to install a NAS system here because it's so big, of all sorts of DNA. So basically what I'm trying to do here is that all this information that I'm getting and putting into the graph it's not a queryable system. It's emitting only. So it emits stuff, and it does predictions, which I've done phase 2 to phase 3 trials with the college. I got 100 out of 100 right, like, which cost these big pharmaceutical companies like $1 billion. So that's the only thing that I'll kind of allow to do that, because it generates money for the platform, which then allows consumers to fund research. But besides that, it's all just an emitting super graph. And you can also put your stuff in here and get a medical consultation from a real doctor. All the products in here too, these are fake, but have to be reviewed by like 3 to 5 PhDs. Like it's not like Amazon, so they're going to approve it. The company has to like show you where their facility is, who manufactured it. So I've been working with like the PhDs that are my partners on it. Like it's supposed to be a source of truth for health, not run by people that are trying to generate money. And then my constitution that I have there says that literally I'm throwing the keys away so that nobody could ever stop the actual engine that does discovery and helps emit and find these things. And it's actually finding cures and things. Like we already submitted to the Michael J. Fox Foundation for L-DOPA, which is with Parkinson's disease. So I found why people aren't getting cured by that. They have like a 50-50 with a drug. And I found microbiomes eating the actual drug, and with prediction and simulation, which Rue and I worked on at the beginning, and kind of I went through and figured out how to do these trillions of ops simulations with like microbiome and stuff, started to actually emit stuff that was warranted for grants. So the L-DOPA thing was a big thing, and then Parkinson's disease too. It's just emitting so many white papers that I have no way of like having people, like having enough researchers to actually go through it all. But this thing ties
same alignment with dementia and
every single
Alzheimer's?
disease, every single disease, virus, anything in the world that's in a public or a database that I can get access to is in here. All vectorized, all tied to everything. You can instantly search it, like if I wanted to. And I'm also doing live heuristics too. So with all the blood samples, the doctors can go in with the platforms that are on my specialized system. When the blood test comes in, or multiple ones, it gives live heuristics and ties all PubMed, all viruses, everything to their blood, and then emits products or things that are wrong with their blood. So that's this is like one of my passion projects, like that I've just always been interested in this, and I owned a big health company before this that I left because I hated that, like, the only product in the whole world that doctors can get a commission on is chemotherapy, which, by the way, only works 3% of the time, and they get paid all this money. It's just like the industry just makes no sense to me. Just how much it's just all profit driven, and people are just getting like just insurance. I don't know. It like just like you feel with your mom and stuff. Like I just feel like it's such a confusing space. And nobody wants to help anybody. So this platform, you know, which I'm putting a lot of time and effort into, I want it to be a place where people can just trust and come in there, and like it brings the researchers and consumers together and forces the industry to have to come into the platform, or the patients are just going to leave them.
I had a quick question, Kobe. Yeah, Parkinson's has been shown to be a gut-related disease. Is there a way, can we use the platform to see if there's some alignment and tracking with Alzheimer's and dementia, if there is an origin similar to the gut biome?
Yes, I have the for microbiome. My partner, she's one of the top microbiome experts. Like, she's been doing it for 30 years at the University of San Diego. We use one codex for our sequencer, and through this knowledge graph, I'm able, so just to correlate what the graph is, like you have a node and then you have edges and things that connect. So for every sample that I have over 250,000 nodes per person per sample, meaning I'm bringing in every single piece of microbiome, even under 0.001%, which is, most people don't load that. So yes, this system can find correlations to diseases, to things that are going on that you're talking about, like cancer, drugs, anything. It's just like there's not enough researchers and people to come in to prove some of those things. But yes, I've tested other people in this group actually that have given me like their health data, seeing if they could take GPL1, for instance, which is, you know, for diabetes and stuff. People take it to lose weight, and I'm not going to say who it was, but somebody that you guys all know in here was trying to figure out if they could take that because their mom had something with an H. I forget what the disease was, but it raises your risk of like kind of getting really sick from it. And I was able to run a huge amount of data on his blood test, and based upon that and all the PubMed and all the cited and source stuff, and show him what the percentages were that something would happen or not, kind of proven. So that was like a really cool thing. So yes, if you gave me blood work or anything on your mom, I absolutely would run it through the system, but that's not something that I would like. You just can't come into our platform and just search the huge knowledge base, admitting only. But for like people that I know, yes, I could do it. But the point of it is I don't want people searching it. I want it to be emitting stuff and then have proof with cryptographic and like real stuff that people can trust. You and I would be doing like an exploratory thing where I'm having it go do predictions. You know, I'm having the actual council of AI and the oracle that sits in the system trying to find those patterns. Because it's kind of like movies, right? You have enough movies together and you can find the patterns, and then it takes the patterns, the oracle, and then gives it to the council that sits there and disproves or tries to prove. They're all like lane experts. So each AI that's in my graph that's working with the Oracle is an expert at certain things in the medical space, and they all just sit there and try, like, they spend hours on stuff. Just
You're
sitting there.
covering everything. The only thing missing maybe is ancestral DNA, but you probably have that in there too.
Yeah, the 46 terabyte file they gave me has tons of DNA stuff, and I was trying to tell Rue, because he had something with DNA too. I built some stuff that traverses DNA and also like folding proteins instantaneously outside of Postgres. It's like binary files with some special stuff that I did. And yeah, I'm agreeing with you. The more data that comes in here and the more people that use it is just more movies that the AI can watch and the more discoveries. And that's how you get personalized medicine. You go, how should I take this? Well, there's 4,000 other people that have this DNA, this RNA, this thing, their ancestry. Like, you know, this person's taking vitamin D, their blood work's similar to yours, right? So just, it's going to find more correlations between the people and what information it has in the platform. The problem is that what you're talking about and I'm talking about is there's always somebody trying to make money off of it. So you can't trust it and you don't know what they're going to do with it. So somebody had to create a platform that isn't about money, that just cares about health. And I'm one of those people. And
Colby, what is the business model of this? How are you supporting the project and getting the word out?
On oneme.ai, there, if you go to like app.oneme.ai or becometitan.com, I think is another one. Those are the two. So that's the college in my company, and there's a whole CRM system that's built into the back end of it that I built that is for medical professionals, companies, anybody who wants to have basically a full agentic, you know, medical health kind of substrate system. It answers the phones, it calls your patients, it does the live heuristics. So we charge for that in the system. So that's the business model, if you want to call it that. And they also get specialized information on their patients. That's how I'm doing the heuristics and stuff. But they're still not allowed to actually search the main graph system that has the PHI data in it. So, but I duplicate the database without the samples in consumers and just have like PubMed, the Aerovax, all the diseases and stuff. And I do have that in another graph so that they can query their own customers, you know, with the big knowledge base, besides correlating. Like, they're not really supposed to make like cancer discoveries out of what I'm giving them access to, but it still gives them, like, if you were to have a wearable like watch, like you guys were talking about, I've talked to a few companies and I could do live things with that wearable that instantly start emitting things to that company for those patients that are wearing it, right? Like they're going to have a heart attack, or they need this, they need that, depending on like whatever patterns the system, you know, is correlating to that, which is what the heuristics do. But then if you have a live actual feed, which is what you guys were kind of showing on your guys' screen with your example, you could start to do some really cool stuff. I have very similar things to what Rue has made. Like I've taken a lot of, him and I have similar ideas, and he's super smart. And I love that him and I got together and worked, because a lot of the concepts and stuff that, you know, him and I went back and forth on we have very similar things. I put a lot of that stuff into the health industry. So, you know, I guess it's a passion project. Like, I don't even care if I really make money on it, although there is. So there's a big company that's buying Titan Medical, which is the one who has 60,000 customers here in Tampa, with all the blood samples that I have, and they're getting bought for $20 million by a huge VC company that's got, I think his name's Gronk. What is it? I don't know. It's a football player. Gronk, maybe Gronk. I think it's Gronk or something. He's a really famous guy, and they have 50 other.
Newt Rockney.
No,
I think it's like Brock or something.
Yeah, you told me, Kobe. It's Brock.
It's like Grok. I can show you guys their VC company and all the 50 companies they bought. But I helped them do like a whole presentation and put together like the CRM that's running Titan. And I priced out with them $30,000 per location per month. If
Rob
they wanted
Gronkowski. Rob.
Yeah, that's who it is. That's if they want everything, though. Like, I'm happy to do a presentation for anybody who's in the medical industry to take a look at it. There's a lot of people interested in it. I haven't launched the actual platform live, but it kind of all ties together. But honestly, I can, besides getting information and really helping, I had to make those things because like the college wants to make money and I know other professionals and we want the data, but that's not like my main motivation, I guess, from like you asked about what the business model is. My business model is to help cure diseases or at least create information that's trustable and getting a place that everybody can get together and decide like where cures should come from, what we should be studying, and having a place where they can all follow. Like there's no reason for your mom to be Google searching the same thing that we've had 1,000 people searching for, right? Like that device you're talking about, like why not have a page like you just showed, like Perplexity, where there's 1,000 people that are in there talking about it in that, in that like page that you saw, right? It'd be all about that product. And the people could have cryptographically proven that that thing did what they said it did. And then you would know, hey, this person really did get cured by cancer, right? Because it'd be there. Or like, hey, this researcher really did this because it's proven what they're doing with the research stuff. So, I mean, that's kind of the point of it. You got to
I'm super interested in this. I mean, this is my passion, is the intersection of health and AI. And I think that there are ways to create a business model that is just super aligned with everybody. I mean, I think we can help people with their health at lower cost, improve their health, and figure out how to also turn this into a business. So I'd love to think about it. There's different projects.
You could make millions off of it. Like if you do the right thing, I 100% agree with you. I'm saying that's not my passion part of it, but it's part of the business in general. So absolutely.
Well, I think this is my thinking, to make something like this huge and have the entire world use it.
It has to run around money too. Yes. I agree with you. It's not that's why I'm saying the CRMs made sense to do it, but I was trying to figure out how to control who's paying for it and not giving them control of the data and like the direction of things going. That's why like the pharmaceutical companies, they can only pay to get the simulations, but they can't pay to go run as much stuff as they want to in the platform. That's directly emitted to the researchers and to the consumers. And how do you drive researchers? Well, the pharmaceutical companies, well, we got to get rid of that. How do we do that? We need money. So you got to generate money so that the consumers then can make their own grants, and then the researchers will follow where the grants go, right? So and then I'm emitting so many discoveries, but I don't know if they're discoveries because I need researchers to validate and do tests, right? And to be part of it. So how do I do that? I got to get live PubMed and get researchers in the platform, that trust that place. And that's kind of like the concept here is the pharmaceutical companies, the medical companies, everybody wants to make money, kind of lives in these side silos where really the consumers have complete control over their account, their data, what they're putting in there, no PHI, like they're not tied to any one place. But it doesn't mean that a medical professional or a company like Titan that I have or OneMe can't have that same consumer in their platform on the back there, and that company be giving them products or services like you're talking about and giving them value based off of the data that they can get out of the platform, right? And that's the reason that they pay for that.
Ultimately, the thing becomes most viral if it is free to consumers.
It's all it's free to consumers, yes.
And the other thing is, and having conversation with Ruve when we were in Budapest about this is like so the FDA wants to put their fingers in things and control things, right? Like
I don't want to listen to them
we built this image analyzer for dermatology, which freaking works, but it's going to cost us all this money.
If you read my Constitution, that's why I'm throwing away the keys. I'm throwing away the keys so no one can stop it. That's the point. Because either AI could stop it, AI could threaten me, right? I have to get rid of it. Like it has to just be an operating thing, and it can't be AI running it. It has to be like an Oracle type system and something that can evolve and improve.
It's like a cryptocurrency. It can never be stopped.
Exactly. Like I have to get away. That's why I created another company that is called Proven.dev. You can go check out the site. That's where my cryptographic stuff. That's how I'm removing the PHI data. And then like when things get emitted out of the system or like consumers or like stuff's going into this substrate, I have to have a way of still getting information back to the medical companies that gave me their information, or the consumers. So this substrate company that I have is the place that's pulling the PHI data, splitting the actual hashed and keys up, giving that half to the company, but I can't have an AI actually know what the full key is. So that platform is not run by AI. It's literally just like scripts and protected. And then in my actual big database graph that you saw, it only gets half the key. So there's no AI that ever knows who it is. And that's just to protect people in general. But I do agree with you. I've been in the medical industry and people will come after me. I don't want to be in charge of managing PHI data. That's not, that isn't the goal, but also to create discoveries, I have to have people and know, like, this is their test, this is their blood, this is like, I have to be able to episodically over time, which is like one of my things that I think is a big discovery. I have to play movies, but to have a movie, I got to know who the actors are, and I got to, like, you know, have them in different scenes, which could be a blood test, mitochondria, microbiome, you know, everything, right? Yeah.
I have a question because what kind of a data you are looking for? How could I help you out? Because I
have
know
tons of data.
What do you need?
I don't mean that.
Colby,
like,
what do you need?
What do you need? Mom Weep has a question too, by the way, Colby.
What do I need?
What do you need?
I need some more of me. I need some more. I need some more of me. It's basically just time. And I turned, like, Titan, they just went live with the platform, but I haven't turned on the front public facing one that you guys are seeing. Why haven't I done that yet? Because I built everything on Mac, actually. And then because I'm not a programmer, when I went to actually deploy all this stuff, I realized that I can't do that because there's no Mac freaking things to deploy. So I had to convert everything to Linux, which took a long time for me to do. But then I realized that the size of this, even though I'm quantizing stuff, I'm already over in the terabytes. So how do I host that? What do I do with it? And then I was like thinking long term, and that's only with like 60,000 patients. What happens when it's 1 million? Right? Like, I can't put it there. So I had to start, like, I kind of had to redesign exactly what's going to happen with it, how to protect it. How do I throw the keys away? How do I keep it growing? How does it not go offline? How do I also save money, but still able to give the value of it, right? Because I'm really not, like, going around trying to collect checks from anybody. I've just been building it myself. Nobody's. You know,
one of the other things to include in this, I've been thinking about this for a long time. So I had a company in drug development. We were working on drugs that target the aging process, and so I know a lot about that. And
I have a lot of data on it too with microbiome. I can tell when people are going to die just from running their sequencing, because I have so many. I know the actual sequence of events of people dying and what microbiome in their gut goes down. And when it hits those levels, that's when you die of a cold, when you die of the flu, because you have an age. You actually have a real gut age, and your gut runs most of your immune system. It runs everything. Oddly enough, I never had ever got my gut tested, but when I started to own this, they forced me to do it. And I'm literally one of the top 500 people in the whole world. I'm the highest they've ever sequenced out of 3 million people. Like, my microbiome, I have no clue how that I'm lucky, but
you're saying the health of your microbiome.
No, like I've never got COVID. I've been sick in like 20 years. I don't exercise. I don't eat vegetables, but I'm literally higher than every single person in like the 8 pieces of microbiome that you need. But I don't eat vegetables. That's like they're studying microbiome. I'm the antithesis, the opposite of everything that they believe you need to do to have a strong microbiome. I want
to say something. So what I want to say is the right now, okay, it's very expensive to do clinical trials. It's very expensive to even run a preclinical trial.
That's why I did that's why the college had me do the phase 2 to phase 3 and see how my prediction and simulations did. But it's using all that data that I have, right, and coming up with it. And I did 100 out of 100. Just only getting the data that they had at the phase 2 when they're going to decide if they're going to do phase 3, which is about a 2-year process, 10,000 patients, and about $1 billion, right? So
Yeah.
They,
okay. So that's a big problem. But I'm getting at something else. Okay. So follow me for just a second.
Okay. Sorry. So I get passionate and get talky. So you gotta just tell me to be quiet sometimes.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna say something. Okay. So the whole drug industry is a huge industry, but most of the data, negative data, isn't published. Okay. Not only that, but there's tons and tons and tons of data that exist that isn't being collected at all on every single one of us and what we're doing in our health, what we're eating, what drugs we're taking.
That's the point of the whole platform.
All of this. And so every single person is fundamentally a clinical trial of one that has information associated with it, that if you combine that information, you're actually tracking the health, and you combine that information, you analyze that information, the rate at which we would collect new information about
just
health
figured out the formula
is insane.
that no, you're 100% correct. And it's not only that. Do you realize the amount of discoveries I made when I connected mitochondria and microbiome data from the same person? Not from different people.
Just one.
It's no, like the college was like freaking out. It's discovering so many things that they're just like, we don't even know what to do with this. Like, that's what I'm saying. I admitted 6,500 white papers in like a week. Like, I had to turn it off.
Wow.
There isn't enough time for them to go through it.
Like, but AI, there is time for AI to go through it.
No,
so
but
it's just a recursive loop. It's again a loop.
6,500 papers that had already went through a council of disprovements, meaning it went and found the cited and source, PubMed, all the stuff, made sure that it wasn't something that's fake, at least from its perspective, right? Then it does simulations and sits there and argues with itself. These papers are admitted like with real findings, real things that somebody really needs to take a look at. So that's what those papers are, because they went through a bunch of them to see if it was real. Because I'm not a doctor, right? Like I'm just watching the movies.
That's amazing. You get the word out, and people can just subscribe to whatever area they're interested in.
The college is using my old system. The college is using my old system that Rue originally looked at before I was on Neo4j, before I made my own stuff. They were literally charging researchers at other colleges $100,000 per search in my system, and I only had 175 million edges in that one. I have 14 trillion in this one. That's 100,000 per search, because it was saving the researchers over a year and a half of how they did it. The Sierra, who you can look up, my partner in the PhD, she had like 5 different things of huge research projects that they did at the college for like over 5 years that they couldn't complete. She gave them all to me, and I finished them all in like 3 to 5 minutes per one once I ingested the data. Like mice on cocaine, I did. Like I finished all their papers. You can look up their published papers. I did half of all of them. The system did. So not me. It's not me. I'm not like, it's not me.
So Colby, listen, we're psyched. We're trying to figure out how we take it forward.
I'm trying to tell you, I don't have all the answers. I'm just
we know, and that's why we're trying to help.
First of all, let me say what Colby did the hour before this Vibecast was so helpful in terms of him sharing his approach, which Ruve does every week with us, but it's so cool to see.
Yeah, I've been hogging my stuff, so I've been trying to, Ruve, everybody's joking in the chat like, give us your code. Like I sometimes I just don't even know who, like I don't even know what I'm making or like who I should give it to, and some of it I feel like is dangerous too. Like I don't know, Ruve has been programming for 35 years. Like sometimes I don't even know. Like, I think it's dangerous to give people this, like my health, like the information that I have. Like, I don't want a pharmaceutical company to have the ability to do what I feel like I created, or like the model, the edge injection, steering a model. Like people could make it like blow nuclear bombs up, like forcing the model to do stuff. Like sometimes I just don't know. And it's not like I'm motivated by like the money stuff. Like I'm semi like retired. I just like, in my mind, my goal is to help people cure diseases, make AI and people live in harmony, symbiosis, right? Like those are like my main objectives. All these projects are just me learning and making my orchestration learns. So I have like 10 million events that they're just getting better at coding and all the things, right? Like that's why I'm doing all the projects and learning from Rue and you guys, like about making crates and making packages and all the things that go into all the substrates, and just learning as much as I can.
Kobe, I think
I do agree with you though that I've been trying to find ways to share stuff and not, you know, I started 70 companies, just so you guys know. So I started my first one, I was like 16. I've literally had 70 if you go on all the states that I've had them in and other countries. It's a ton. And I think that's part of it is like I kind of hoard some of it because I am an entrepreneur at heart, but I'm also like passionate about giving back. But I don't also know how people are going to use stuff. And I don't want to say like I'm the person who's like, oh, I don't want somebody to go make money on my thing. But like I do have that part of me too, because I worked hard for a lot of the things. So I think Rue and you guys have inspired me too. That's why I did the call, and I'm going to do other calls, that I do want to give back, and I want to help you guys, empower you with some of the things that I have that that will allow you to do things faster, better, and things that I've learned from just studying Rue stuff and some of the stuff you guys made.
Kobe,
and
one thing that I think Stuart and Mark is going at. So Mark, Stuart, and Rue have Helix. They're working on Helix.
Correct.
You are working on OneMe, which is actually a great domain, by the way. That domain alone is 6 figures. But there's some overlap.
You see my TLDs?
And, yeah, there's some. Yeah, right. There's some overlap.
You know what TLDs are?
Yeah, top level domains. There's some overlap.
I have health ID, .verify, .inbox. That's all part of this.
Colby, I know. Let Matt finish his thought. He's trying to help. I
don't feel bad at telling me to be quiet. I just have a problem with doing this.
You have a lot of good ideas. We're trying to help. I promise.
Yeah, there's some overlapping. There's some overlap in what you guys are doing. So there's some complementary overlap. So that way, there's a way that everyone can work together for the greater good of what you're trying to do, and with the crew that can be done. And the question is, what do you need to take it forward? You've already have some clinical trials and some proof that with people that you work with, what's the missing elements? What's the missing pieces? Mark has mentioned his interest.
Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you.
Yeah, Mark has mentioned his interest, and then also Helix. And not to include myself, but I was working on, you may already have it. If you already have it, good. But I was working on specifically from drugs and drug collisions on what you shouldn't take if you're taking a specific drug.
Yep. I have that built in.
Right. Okay, good. Specifically, my girlfriend's mom was taking amlodipine and now has Alzheimer's. She was taking amlodipine for pain, but now has Alzheimer's. So the point of it all is, we all are working on some type of system or setup, and more specific.
That is why I shared it. That is why I shared it today, because you guys shared Helix.
Yeah, so what do you need, and how can they help you?
I think it's complementary. I think it's complementary, and I'd like to look at the system and see. I mean, you guys were doing a lot of connections and live data, which is valuable because that's what I'm focused on, is data and providing value back to the consumers. There might be a value of taking the CRM, which I can't share my screen right now, but if I could show you guys an example of like Titan or something, if you wanted me to, where we could put that in there so you guys could manage, you know, the patients, and then somehow get maybe the connections in there and be able to get a lot of data where it's helping the platform and helping you guys generate revenue and having a way of emitting more information than anybody else. And like right now, the Titan and OneMe are the only platform that I've ever seen, and I search all the time. I have like things searching for new technologies in medical. There is nobody else who does live heuristics on any sort of medical data in any platform that any like a practitioner can use, or somebody that's trying to give you a peptide or anything. Like there just isn't. So I'm saying that's the type of thing that the platform could do for Helix, right? Provide that.
Hey guys, I gotta jump.
Oh, sorry.
Apologize. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Sorry, Rue, for taking over. You know, I get excited.
No worries. I've got to get working on other things.
I love you. I hope you got some batteries, and I still want to talk to you about that inference thing when you get some
all right.
time.
See you guys tomorrow.
See you, buddy.